You know, there's some degree of oppression, everybody. Like most of us are under that first category, ظَالِمٌ لِنَفْسِهِ. That's the majority of Muslims today. There's some that are muqtasidun, there's very few. السابقون السابقون أولئك المقربون. Right? I mean, the sabiqun are, you know, they're few from the first. There are many from the first, but few from the later. And there's a khilaf, is that the first people or from the Sahaba? Right? Even kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat linnas. That, they say, was for the Sahaba. Kuntum. Right? You were. That's for the Sahaba. But even the ones that don't say, they said, you have to fulfill the shart. Right? تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. أمر بالمعروف نهي عن المنكر إيمان بالله. We should condemn injustice when we're capable, but for the alim, he does it with his tongue. For the common person, he does it with his heart. Ibn Umar, when he saw something he couldn't change, and I learned this very early from a Mauritanian scholar. If he couldn't change something, he used to, if he saw it, he would say, Allahumma innahu munkar ankarna. Oh Allah, this is a munkar and we reject it. وَلَوْ اسْتَطَعْنَا أَوْ وَلَوْ قَدَرْنَا لَغَيَّرْنَا. And if we were able, we would change it. Now, obviously, nowadays, you would have to say that almost everything you looked at. But choose your battles, you know. Syria, I mean, what's happened? Allahumma innahu munkar ankarna. You know, Palestine, if I could change it, I would change it. Really, I would change it. The best thing Muslims could do is educate people about the Palestinian issue. That's the best thing. Most people are ignorant. Most Americans, if they really knew what was happening, they would change their opinion. But they don't know. They think that the Palestinians are all these evil terrorists, and unfortunately, we have some people there confirming those stereotypes by a lot of their activities. Just because, you know, they're using strategies of power with utter weakness, which is not an intelligent thing to do in my estimation. I think they're really wrong. And also, a lot of their rhetoric is just wrong. I believe that, you know. But, you know, the Palestinians, like for me, it's like ma'durun. You know, you just leave the Palestinians. That's how I view Palestine. I'm not going to judge those people. I'm not going to, even the ones that do the crazy things, I'm just not going to judge them because God knows their conditions. I mean, I'm not in Gaza, and I don't want to make any judgments on the Palestinians, really. But people, you can drive people crazy, and when you drive people crazy, they can act like, you know, they're crazy because you've driven them that way. And the conditions, the social conditions in that country, the racism, an incredibly racist country. You know, it's an apartheid country according to Nelson Mandela. You know, and of all people, he would know what apartheid is, right? But he considered Israel to be an apartheid country. You know, it's a state based on a racist doctrine. You know. So, I mean, democracy is for everybody, right? If you're going to have a democratic state, it's not just for one group as opposed to other groups. And certainly not all Jews are racist, and I would never say that. You know, I made a statement many, many years ago, and, you know, it still haunts me to this day, but I just didn't qualify it. You know, some Jews are racist, just like some Muslims are racist. You know, but there are many Jews committed to social justice. There's a lot of Jews that work in the United States for Palestinian rights. You know, Jews for Peace. There are many good organizations, and there are many good Jews amongst them. And that's my position. I don't like to judge groups. I don't like to lump everybody into these. This is one of the problems with a lot of modern Muslim mentality. Kuffar. They're all kuffar. You know, what's interesting about Muslims, modern Muslims, يصنف المسلمين ويعمم الكفار والقرآن يصنف الكفار ويعمم المسلمين. هذا غريب. Huh? Like the Quran clearly differentiates between different types of non-believers. Like لا ينهاكم عن الذين لم يقاتلكم في الدين. It's fine. Those who don't fight you in your religion, right? ولا يخرجكم من دياركم أن تبروهم وتقسطوا إليهم. Be good towards them, show them birr, and تقسطوا إليهم, even share your wealth with them. Allah says that in the Quran, right? But with the Muslim, إنما المؤمنون إخوة, all the believers are, but Muslim يصنف المسلمين ويعمم الكفار. هم كلهم كفار يا أخي, كلهم كفار. You know, Allah يدمرهم, الله يؤتم أولادهم ويؤرمل نساءهم. اللهم يعني زعزعت ما تحت أقدامهم. You know, all these du'as they make, you know. I mean, like I used to listen to the du'a in Ramadan, those long du'as, and they're all doing those, you know, make their children orphans and make their women widows. And I'm thinking, you've been doing this for a long time and nothing's changed. Why don't you, Allahumma يعني اهديهم, Allahumma اهديهم. You know, why not ask for their guidance? There's a beautiful hadith in Sahih Bukhari, one of my favorite hadiths. The Prophet sent this group to Dos, one of the tribes of Yemen. And they came back and they said, Ya Rasulullah, Dos, you know, inna Dosa qad abat wa kafarat. You know, they rejected Islam and disbelieved. Fad'u alayhim. Imprecate against them. Make a dua against them. So, tawalla al-qibla. The Prophet turned to the qibla, wa rafa'a yadayh. فظن الناس أنه سيدعو عليهم. And people thought that he was going to make a dua against them. And he said, Allahumma ahdi Dawsan wa'ati bihim. Oh Allah, guide Daws and bring them to me. And they came, and in that wafd was Abu Huraira, you know, and they became Muslim. You know, he didn't make dua. He rarely made dua. He made dua a few times against people, but his overall thing was rahmah for people. But if there was no rahmah in the people, you know, then obviously, man la yarham la yurham. Anyway, so.